you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. That's what we're going to do.
Wait, baby, let's go.
We're going to have a good time.
What is up, everybody? We are out here spot grinding tonight. We're down in Philadelphia, and we're at teammaniacs.com.
A lot to do. Still a lot of people in here, but we're having fun. So 2 of my quads for this damn thing. So I'm down to the 03. Didn't really want to fly it, but that's what I'm flying. Yeah, pretty dope. Yeah, that was fucking sick, dude. It's so much nicer outside. Wow, was it cold in there.
That's what I said, dude. You're so fucking routine, your breath burning.
Yeah. So now we're gonna fly outside the front here. We flew inside. That was really fun. That was like the main dish. Now
Better act right, cause I smack dice, give him blow and a bit of that bagpipe. Bitch wanna live that rap life, but I already hit that last night. Think fucking with me, huh? Must be hitting that crack pipe. I've been making my money, thank God I learned how to act right. My cash like that cocaine, give me more, say give me more. Don't worry about it, ain't no thing. Big titty hoes in my videos, classy bitch, don't kiss and tell. Smack a ass and then wish you well. Life sucks, better give them hell. Get money, fuck girls, free big bell. $1 million in my briefcase. About to shop for some real estate. About to party with drugs though. Turn it up, bitch, feel the bass. Throwing money in your face. Feeling good, living great. Bad bitches in different states. It's like I think I'm bitch chase with porn stars, sports cars, and my crib got a courtyard. How we get all this money though? You know how big his tours are. Greedy bitch, you a needy bitch. Want some money but need some dick. I'm about monogram. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram though. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram though. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram. My hologram. We in my black Benz, windows up, getting paid, smoking blunts. Everybody know what's up, and I turn them girls to sluts. Cribs like a mob boss. My bitch get my car washed. We non-stop, I did out. Her jaw drop. Don't I look like a drug dealer? Don't I look like I'm somebody? Killing beats with that murder ink. Don't I look like I'm Irv got it? Riding through in my hippie van. You broke bitch, you don't give a damn. You softer than the Michelin man. Yo bitch put a pussy on Instagram. Better go home with my flow start. They brand new, but they old cars. Your pockets is on low carb. She do a show, she a pole star in a penthouse with her pants down. Get the camera out, no hands now. Them hard drugs we done ran out. Can't believe that somebody grandchild. She's so bad, but I like it. Wanna hear your pussy, I'll mic it. My credit card bill is righteous, but girl, the ass is so priceless. Spend a night with the right bitch. My dick ill, my pipe sick. Small pussy, tight fit. She loves sniff that white shit. Fuck free, no charge. I play the pussy like Mozart. Eat the pussy, I won't starve. Love the pussy, my whole heart. Bitch named Layla, my clapping hoe. Give me head with the Benz in captain mode. And my belt monogram. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram though. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram though. When I die, bitch, you fuck my hologram. My black Benz, windows up, getting paid, smoking blunts. Everybody know what's up, and I turn them girls to sluts. Cribs like a mob boss. My bitch get my car washed. We non-stop, I did out. Her jaw drop. All we do is fuck, 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 fuck. All she wanna do is fuck, 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 fuck.
another epic day, dude. I'm glad we went inside because I feel like inside offered a lot more than outside. Watch that ramp. Nah, the dives are kind of weak. Inside was just, I felt like it was more risk, so it was more fun, but yeah. Cool spot. Tried to tear it up the best I could. Tore shit up.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have to work on mine, but
Everything broke for me too. My only one working is my 03 one. Shout out to RJ for ripping this spot and kind of getting me motivated to want to fly it. And once I saw the pictures online, it's a done deal, dude. There's an inside to it. Oh, it's a done deal. So yeah, came out, tore it up. Tinker tore it up. So sick. Oh, dude, what is it with just like one random Nike at every bando? This one's not as cool because it's not gold, but it's neon green, so that's pretty cool too. It's like the Razman shirt. You can use it as a green screen. Oh, cool. There's like a walkway you could power loop over here. Didn't really fly this side. Probably should have. So, yep. Till next time. Peace. Oh, dude, I'm done. Fuck all with the way. Woo!
Holy alpine.
Team Maniacs .com. Check us out. Follow us on YouTube and stuff.
Hi everybody, Petey Popcorn here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or I will rain fire and brimstone down upon you.
I'm out here at the recycling center with this guy. This guy, that guy, this guy. But it's mainly for that girl right there. This is all her, not me. This wasn't my idea to come out here and rip packs. It was her idea on her birthday for the 2nd year. But we're all here with, we got this down here. Twan. We got the big oily guy.
Dude, check it out. I'm flying those props Rax boys sent me from the Secret Santa.
Hell yeah. She's rocking me a badass camera kit from Johnny Blaze. Alright, I'm gonna now stop being a fool and fly.
bust. I don't wanna see a nigga shooting beyond the clouds. They not adjust, so they begin all the skimming to hit the foul way. Clog us up, trying to really hold back everything my mouth say. I got a bust, nigga never had no stratosphere about me.
Who the fuck let these niggas on the scene? Nightmares, no dreams, they scream. They extremely scheme, we reign supreme. And it's bigger they seen, I've seen they streams. He wanna wear the crown, but he ain't no king. They ain't in his jeans, cause he ain't no G. Low wealth, it's lean, low self-esteem. I think I learned the ring, but it ain't no thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're beating on them. Definitely beating on them. It's gone. The cold isn't helping the props either. This prop shouldn't have done that.
Hi Cody. I mean Ken. Are
need
you
a
free right
food,
now? I have a song that I need you on. Like now? Let's party!
Barbie's been a princess way too long.
Barbie's got a gun with no safety on.
Barbie needs to listen when I fucking talk.
Barbie thinks Ken is about to get shot.
Ken and Barbie sitting in a tree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G. Barbie and Ken in a pink dream house. Two go in, only one comes out. I got you. You got me. We bleed in perfect harmony. I got you. You got me. We bleed in perfect harmony.
Hey Ken,
Yeah, Barbie.
do you want a fucking party?
Do you wanna let me tie you to the back of my Ferrari?
Will you let me cut your head off if I tell you that I'm sorry?
Accent is ready to attack. Put the gold in the grill on your plastic ass.
Barbie's in pink with my Glock shit black. Roll your eyes one more time and I'll make you kick back.
Ken and Barbie sitting in a tree. K-I-L-L-I-N-G. Barbie and Ken in a pink dream house. Two go in, only one comes out. I got you. You got me. We bleed in perfect harmony. I got you. You got me. We bleed in perfect harmony. Shut the fuck up. You shot me.
Let's party!
Oh yeah, she been good.
So this is Apone, all the way from the UK, London, here in Florida for the Rippies and having an amazing time. Things just don't get any better than this. All these friends I've found through YouTube and Discord.
It is amazing.
It's amazing, and we've come here from all over the world, and to get this many people here with the same interest, it's absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. We are, this place is called 5 Story Glory.
KC crew, 3 mats, let's go!
Shout out to B-Rat for coming out here. Shout out to the team. Shout out to FPTV, Team Maniacs. Everybody, continue with the Mandalo journey, guys.
I'm KwadCorner, and welcome to FPTV.
What's up? Big Oily Guy here. Hanging with B-Rad out in Florida for the 2022 Rippies.
Definitely gonna get the vibe with that thing.
Is there anything on us?
Good. 2022 Rippies!
Thank you!
still gonna be sporting that Kansas City logo. We got to hang out with Billy Hackett and Specimen FPV. Yeah, man, we went to, what was that, Thatcher Park? Thatcher Park was dope.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we're just getting set up already for the Rippies, just getting the computer ready and all the systems are almost to go. Feeling pretty good. I'm all the way here from Victoria, BC, Canada. These guys are such a great group of people. I really couldn't ask for anything better, man.
And then today it was just like, it was really wet palm trees and stuff. He just zooms in on my face. You got a good action picture of his burger, I saw that.
Yeah, tearing it up, dude. I already destroyed all my quads, and I'm destroying this burger.
Cooking with Chef Raz.
In the house.
All right, show me what you're cooking, baby.
I'm cooking some good old cheddar burgers. Yeah, we got a little fat, a little flame action.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get some of that action.
Check it out. We got Daddy, Tickles. Apone hooked it up with this. Looking like a boss.
Yes. Oh, we do the slow.
What is up, familia? How you guys are doing? More love. Stay with us. The journey never ends. Stay positive and fucking mándalo.
Hope you guys don't mind. Trying to capture the whole scene. Yeah, gotta have the B-roll behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That is mine.
Yeah, have you seen my my FPV board game?
No, what do you got?
I designed an FPV board game.
Well.
Have you flown in bankers yet? What you running them?
No, because it's airspace. No bueno for B-Rad.
You ready?
Give me a little intro, man. What are we doing?
We're here at the Rippies. We're here at the Rippies, Lakeland, Florida, right in front of these ducks, these beautiful ducks, and we're about to hit the 2022 Rippies, man.
Mike, where are you from again?
I'm from Michigan.
Anybody else
drive
not
away.
from Michigan?
Not from Michigan.
Canada, right?
Vancouver.
California.
Represent.
London, England, all the way from London, England.
Yeah, I think he's got the record of how far.
Tickles is pretty far as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you fools! The camera will come. It will find you.
There's a lot more that pepperoni.
Oh shit, that's a gigantic piece right
It's
there.
gonna kill me.
Okay, here, Mike, you took my plate away from me.
Yeah, man. Dude, we're setting up. We're all excited for this. I think everything's going good. They got the stage set up. They're working on the screen part of it. Food's here. Can't ask for much more.
Yeah, buddy. Almost there. Almost time. So, yeah, we are live. We are currently broadcasting all the nominees of this year.
You need a plate like your mom.
I know, just I'll hold one of these.
Got the Team Maniacs frames here. We got the Tinker Whoop and the Oiler Rig. Check them out.
We are here to honor Sean's legacy, Sean the Don's legacy. Yeah! Because he started, this is our 3rd annual Rippies to highlight pilots from around the globe.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Rippies. Let me bring on last year's cinematic winner, Mr. Tinker Tweak. Yes, hold up one of these. Look at this.
Get it close right here.
Last year's Rippy.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
This year's winner is going to be
Rob Groove.
I'm going to give you a blah, blah, blah. For the night here from Florida. Rob Groove has sent us in his acceptance speech.
Moving on, we're going to talk about the long range.
Something I don't do. It's a little scary.
The long range is usually any farther than I want to walk.
And the 22 Rippies long range winner is, we've got Bannister.
Thanks to my family for letting me fly as much as I do. Big shout out to the Vancouver pilots. And thanks to everybody who's let me or helped me get up in the air. If you've helped someone get up in the air, thanks so much. I love this community. And coming down here has been the best memories I'll have, so thank you so much.
Hang in there, boys. Bando Island is next. Unfortunately, the rest of the Rippies footy was lost.
TeamManiacs.com.
Check it
out.
Two of my favorite people.
Yeah, my first time meeting Dana out here at his spot. I've seen him tear it up so many times. I'm excited to fly it.
You gonna destroy your shit?
Yeah. Yeah, we're out here at Bando Island showing these guys a good time. I'm on lunch, so this is going to be a quick one for me. But it's great to see the whole FPTV crew out here.
Trying to get the shots. There it is, ladies of Bando Island!
She got it, we're all over.
That doesn't mean it gets any more exciting than days like today. Yeah.
The honeymoon might be a little more exciting, but...
We've been together 22 years, I don't know about that. Come halfway across the world to be at this place and get married here. It doesn't get any better. We are at Bando Island, Florida.
Oh, that's crazy. Dude, so I got about 2 batteries in so far. The spot is freaking awesome. But it is, yeah, it's challenging to fly. It's hard on penetration. Haven't landed one yet.
Tell me about the carnage. Hold on, I'll give you guys a boost.
1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, nothing but butt.
So, the wrong bando. We're on the way. We're looking for the phosphate mine from the Rotor Riot video, and we get the location. We head there. Maddie and the Kansas City crew are first ones to get there, and we noticed that it was quite active with a whole bunch of trucks. So we called the guys, and they're like, "Oh, we'll check it out." And then we get one pack in. Our first pack, the ESC pops on takeoff. So a fireball goes shooting through the air, lands in the tall grass. Tall grass comes up in smoke. Razman kicks into action, just hightails it into the grass. And just all you see is it stomping around.
I'm fucking stomping on it. I'm about to like stop, drop, and roll on that shit. I'm like, give me your fucking water.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, everybody threw water bottles. 5 minutes later, the owner showed up and kicked us out. And we figured out basically as we were driving to the next spot to meet up with Specimen and Billy Hackett went to the wrong bando. Check Google Maps, check your bandos, make sure you got the right spot, and don't get yourself kicked out. It's the moral of the story. It was well worth the adventure. Well worth the adventure. This has been an adventure of a lifetime, man.
What's up? Hello. Just Apone, really. But if you want to find me on YouTube, search Apone FPV. Otherwise, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yeah, like a bit like that. Yeah, yeah. Or pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, so now we're going on 2:30, I guess. But yeah, I had to set an alarm for this one because I get up for work at 6. I'm not working at the coming 6, but I did go up at the previous 6. So I thought I'd get in for work, have a little rest, set an alarm clock. I'll be good to go. Yeah, we got coffee. Yeah, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me. So it's about 6:30 because I live about 20 to 30 miles outside London, and that's not far, but that can take an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours if you're the other side of London to get in. So I'm getting to my jobs around 8:39 to start because it can be anywhere. So yeah, I get up around 6 and just try and get out of the house and get moving as quick as possible. But I get home fairly early. I'm usually home by about 4 p.m.
Wow.
Which is not too bad. Yeah, gives me time to go out and fly. So in the summer, anyway. In the winter,
Right.
not so much. But in the summer, yeah, it gives me time to go out and fly.
So what do you do for a day job? Like when you're not Apone FPV, give us the day-to-day life.
Yeah, when I'm not being Apone, so I fix fire alarm systems in the city.
Right. So low voltage electricity and stuff.
Yeah, I started as an electrician, like a lifetime ago, a long time ago, and I did it for about 10 years, and I didn't really enjoy it. I'd just done so much fitting fuse boards, changing spotlights and stuff like that. I just had enough of it, really. So I started getting into the maintenance side of electrical. That wasn't too bad. I like that, and then that led into fire alarms. I've done a few of those. Found it more interesting because a lot of it is there's a lot of programming and there's a lot of cause and effect that goes on. So when the alarm rings, I'm going to really bore you with this. But when the alarm goes off, then you'll have things like the lifts have to go down, or the access control doors have to open, vents have to go off. So that has to go off. That all has to happen at the right time. And I go in, I program that sort of stuff. I test it as well.
So you're the man behind the machines that keep us alive, basically. You know, the things that we don't see, the shit behind the scenes that's you know, keeping us not so bright people. We'll put it that way. Not so bright people alive. Thank you for doing that.
I try. I do try.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of those jobs that you do have to. I wouldn't say it's high pressure,
Right.
but you don't want to make too many mistakes.
Sure.
Equally, you want to know that when you've tested something, you've checked it, and you know it's working. Obviously, everyone makes mistakes.
Sure.
But you want to have a good test procedure, so at the end of it, when you're saying something's all working, you want to know it's all working, really.
Absolutely. So, being in the maintenance side, you said you started electric a long time ago. Now you're doing your alarm systems and things like that, which is like what I'm saying was low voltage. This is smart.
Yep.
I'm sure you've dealt with some nasty stuff. Give us your nastiest story. Give us the worst time you've ever been bitten.
Oh, so I've had to do when I was working as an electrician. I had I took on a
Electricity
job.
scares the shit out of me. This is why I'm asking. I do maintenance as well, but I won't. I like some electricity. I won't touch. But sorry, continue. This shit fascinates me, by the way.
I've had to change fuse boards live where we couldn't isolate the mains. I've never had a shock at them. I've always been super careful, and it's not been my first choice. When
you're talking that live, you're not talking like the 240 that runs through your house, or you're talking running all that stuff on. I mean,
I've had to isolate stuff and make it safe as best you can, and change it into another fuse board without being able to isolate it. I've done stuff like that. Yeah, worked on stuff live. A lot of the time, we used to do maintenance in bingo halls.
Okay.
And they would never ever want to close.
Sure.
So you'd end up doing a lot of circuits, light fittings especially. You'd end up doing a lot of those just live and being careful. But you'd get bit quite a few times. And I had like 32 amps, which off of a fuse board once as well, which was that was quite a shock. But I try to be really careful nowadays. But when I was learning, when I was like an apprentice and I was getting started, I think I took risks, and you take more risks when you're younger as well.
When you're not so bright, you do things that are, kind of suit fit there. I'm right now I'm working in a house. I'm remodeling a house that was built in like late 50s, early 60s, and we tackled electricity today, got that out of the way, but we had it like three or four different live sockets and a whole just giant mess, and it's terrifying. I hate electric. I will do the nastiest plumbing work before I touch electric. No thanks. But anyways, that keeps you busy. All right, so in the field doing your job, I'm assuming you work with other people, right? Like as a crew or something. Yeah.
So I do work for a company. I kind of manage all of the technical side. And all that side of it. Yeah. So we do a lot of maintenance, and I don't really do much of the maintenance side of it. If you see me, you've usually got a problem. That's what it is. Something's not working. And you need someone to fix it.
I was just wondering if you had like a work buddy or something that you talked FPV with, or or if you got to get off on lunchtime and go rip a pack or something like that.
No, it's my day to day. I'll be on my own most of the days. Yeah, I'll just drive around. It's in a van on my own. I do occasionally work with some of the other guys, and I bored them to hell, I'm sure, with FPV videos. Like, I think they're amazing.
Sure.
So I'm trying to show them, and you can see them, and you can see that they're interested for like maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah. The average time on most of our YouTube videos and things like that. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, understandably.
And they're usually more interested in the background stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
For some
the
reason.
visuals
Yep.
and everything else
Mhm.
like that. Yeah, I can get
They
that.
they're never interested in the tricks that you've done. I found that. Yeah, they have no
Right.
interest in what a matty flip is or an
Right,
inverted jaw
sure.
spin.
How much time it took you to learn that, or the simulator, or anything? I get that.
Yeah, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, my friend flies drones." Yeah,
Sure.
usually as well. I've got a
Uh-huh.
drone. And you're like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
okay."
got a drone. He got it from Amazon. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've all run into it. So is there like a crew out there, like, or is it just you? Are you a solo flyer out there? And where are you, by the way? I know you said you're right outside of London.
Hertfordshire.
Say that again.
Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire. Yeah, Hertfordshire. We'd say.
Hertfordshire.
That's it. Perfect. Yeah.
I'm sure I just butchered the shit out of that, but
That's
you're
pretty
very
good.
nice. You're very great. So I brought up, or not brought up, but I wrote down a handful of like really dumb American questions to ask,
Okay.
and
Excellent.
There's a whole section of words. So since we're just on words and stuff right there, I'm gonna throw out let's see, pronounce. We call it Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Okay.
Worcestershire.
Yeah. There was another one.
Worcestershire, but Worcestershire. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it.
That's not too awful crazy. Let's
One
see.
I struggle with anyway, and I am English, but yeah.
I will say some of these are mine. Some of these came off of Google. So.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna give it my best shot, but I'm gonna probably butcher this. And if you know what I'm saying, correct me for sure. Kirkcudbright? Kirkcudbright? Did I say that right?
Cudbright? Yeah. So I have no idea. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fuck that.
That could be that. I mean, that sounds like it could be Scottish, I guess.
Again, some of these are mine, and then it was just like a rabbit hole down Google. So if some of them don't hit, all right. We're just gonna go into the American stuff, or the English American words, because I know this is gonna work out. All right. So I'm gonna give you what I think is the British word, and see if you can come up with the English correspondent. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is like the dumb American segment thing. All right. If I said that I'm going to my friend's flat, where am I going?
Yeah, he's flat.
Yeah,
so that'd be his apartment.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But nobody calls it a flat here. But I love that. I love that difference. Okay.
A flat. Yeah, that is weird. Why this? Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Like I love that.
Flats,
it's the same thing, but it's
easy.
Like a completely different word and
Quick to say.
So it's
flat.
Okay. So for us, when we say flat, I'm thinking like flat, like, you know, not uneven, not bumpy, just a smooth surface, and that's what we call flat. And so it's like, okay. Number 2. What's a hair slide?
A hair slide.
That one was more meant for Maria, but maybe you'll pick it up. You got daughters, right?
Yeah, so it's just a hair clip.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Or barrette, hair clip or barrette or something, but hair slide?
Right, okay. Hair slide.
Is that a thing?
Maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess it probably is. But you're talking. I really don't. Yeah.
I don't know. How about bonnet? What part is a bonnet?
So bonnet's a hood, right? It's the hood.
The hood of
That's
a car,
weird.
right?
I prefer hood. I like hood.
Yeah. Okay.
I like boot as well though, rather than trunk. Yeah, was that the next one?
No, it wasn't. But what is the boot?
Boot is the boot is the trunk.
The trunk. So put your stuff in the boot.
We put the stuff in the boot.
Put stuff
and the
in the boot?
engine's under the bonnet. Yeah. Not the hood.
So when
Why? I
the
don't know.
lady walks by you and she's got some junk in the boot, it's not. I mean, that just doesn't roll off as junk in the trunk, you know.
Yeah, so we would say junk in the trunk because it works. So yeah, we use.
Is there
we
an
do
English
use it when it suits us.
Is there an English correspondent to the boot though? Bump in the boot, bubble boot. I don't know. I'm not British. I'd make a terrible British person.
Trunk all the time, yeah, because junk in the trunk definitely works a lot better than anything that I can think of that would rhyme with boot.
What about a nappy? What is a nappy?
Oh, that's what we're talking. That's a diaper.
A diaper, a nappy. Yeah. It's so odd. I think nappy. Like, I'll tell my baby to go take a nappy. Like, fall asleep, take a little sleepy nap thing. I don't know. That's okay. Let's see. What else do I think? What about, there was one on Google that says, how many things are called a tetley? Tetley?
Tetley.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, tetley. What is a tetley?
Tetley's a brand of tea. Quite a famous brand of tea. Yeah. Just like a normal everyday tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tetley's and they used to have like a run of adverts back in, I can't remember, probably the 80s and the 90s, like animated adverts.
Yeah.
So they were quite big. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they probably still are.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of coffee though. Yeah, the wife does tea, but I drink a lot of coffee.
That's what I was going to ask again. You know, as an American, as just an uneducated American, we're like, oh, tea time, crumpets and tea. You know, like
that is nice though. Yeah.
Do what?
That is nice. Tea and crumpets is very nice.
What is a crumpet?
It
sounds. I'm not going to lie. It sounds unappealing. But I just don't know.
Well, we found that getting a cup of tea in America was really hard. Like getting a normal cup of tea.
What's a normal cup of tea?
So,
I love cultural differences. Keep hitting me.
Me too. It was just interesting to find out what was different. So you get a tea bag.
Okay.
How we'd make it here. Tea bag in the cup, boil the kettle, pour the water in, and then let it sit for a minute. Maybe stir it to the tea bag like brews, I guess, into the water, and then
like
give it a little squeeze out. Yep, and then milk and then sugar.
Sure.
But if she went to a couple of places and asked for a tea, and she would get like a cup of hot water, a cup of milk, a tea bag, and then some sugar. And it was like you had to make it all yourself.
Oh.
And sometimes it'd be nearly a whole cup of milk. And they would just sort of look. They would ask, "Do you want?" This was the difference. Do you want cream or milk?
Sure.
And sometimes it would be cold milk, and sometimes it'd be hot milk.
Oh. They were just trying their best, man. I'm sure the accents threw them off at first, and they're like, "Oh man, this guy really knows his tea. We gotta be on this." They're in the back going, "Is it fucking hot, dude? Dude, should you heat up the milk, bro? He's gonna know. He's gonna fucking know." Did you get the crumpets?
Did you get the crumpets?
I'm sorry.
Woo. Oh man, that's hilarious.
But okay. So what else what are some more differences? Like this was for those who don't know. Apone came in for the first time ever to the United States, over to Florida, and hung out with a whole bunch of hooligans in a house. And then he got married at an abandoned building in front of a whole bunch of other hoodlums, and it was amazing, and did all this other stuff in America after we all left. And now I want to know what was your experience like? Just like off the plane, There had to be all sorts of different things right off.
Yep. Flying in over Florida is beautiful to start with. Coming into Orlando was just it was stunning.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to go to America.
Did you get a window seat?
I didn't want a window seat because I'm not the best of flyers.
Right.
So I kind of like to. Yeah, I don't really like flying. I was so excited to go that I wasn't nervous like I normally am about flying. I just wanted to get on the plane and get going. But I like to, because I don't enjoy it,
right.
I like to kind of zone out, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I might
yeah.
just put headphones on, I'll get the screen in front of me, and I'll just kind of pretend I'm not there, which is tricky for 9 hours, but I can do that. I can still do that because we've got 3 kids. So so it's nice to almost switch off because you never get to do that, right, for 8 or 9 hours.
So you got 3 kids. I didn't mean to cut you off. I want to keep you going. You got 3 kids. It's 2 in the morning. What time do you have to wake them all up?
The wife's gonna. Well, I will probably wake up. They'll get up at 7.
Is that weird to say now? The wife, or I mean, you guys. Okay, so we'll have to get into your backstory because I think your backstory is absolutely beautiful. You and Maria's story is epic. I love it. That's definitely something I want to hear on this. But yeah. So is that something you did normally, or is that new now? My wife.
So yeah, because we've been together for so long, over 20 years now. It got to a point where saying my girlfriend didn't really feel right, especially after a couple of children.
Sure.
It was like and people would when I said girlfriend, they would think different,
Sure.
or I wanted to.
Absolutely.
I felt like she was my wife.
Oh,
so I just started saying wife, and I started buying birthday cards with wife on. For a few years. Yeah.
You solidified it right there. You made it go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but it's nice to have it. Legitimate now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was there. Congratulations again. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Oh, the actual day of when it happened, there's a picture. I've got 2 screens on my desk here, and it covers the picture. It's a big Tickles took the picture, I think, and it's like a panoramic, so it goes across the 2 screens, and it's everyone now.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm reminded of it every day. It's really nice. Yeah.
Very nice. I think we got some Maria Locked Instagram hot links coming out. I think the picture might be there. Go check it out. These hot links, big oily guys throwing them down. What up, everybody? I'm sorry, the chat is blowing up. You are the man tonight. I'm so glad that everybody's here having a great time. I'm having a great time as well. Okay, I'm sorry I got you off of that one. I'm all over the place, as you've seen. So
me too. We've got so many people in chat. I haven't even said hello to everyone.
Absolutely. Well, let's go. Dr. Steele, we got big oily guy Quad Daddy T Tickles, Mr. Apone still throwing them down in the chat. Miss Nightmare, I see some more tickles, some Miss Reaction Entertainment. There's some more Quad Daddy, Dr. Steele, Johnny Blaze, Mr. Razman. I see when Jumbie's making his marks. We've got 608 and Mr. Rax is in there. I see Wallbanger. I see Mr. Adam. Some Donnie.
Already dropping links.
Bro, we've got everybody's here. Sully's coming out. Everybody is here. Danish Stallion. I mean,
wow.
You got some fans, bro. People came to see you. We got some videos and everything to watch too. But sorry, keep going off.
It's okay. Because if I keep going, I might be okay because it's like 2:30 or whatever it is. But so that was one thing I was going to talk about. I think we spoke a bit before.
Yeah.
That I started YouTube because I just wanted to watch how I progressed.
Absolutely.
I know. I think that's kind of how I got into FPV a bit, by watching videos and learning what people were doing. But I thought, I want to record my progression without filling up a hard drive full of videos.
Yeah, right.
I didn't expect to find the community. I didn't expect to get to know guys, and wow, it's took me to another country.
Absolutely.
Like,
so
to meet all these people, and it's just crazy.
So let's get into the Apone. So how did you become Apone and all that? So let's get into how long have you been flying?
Okay, it's over 2 years now.
Okay.
I've been flying.
Okay.
I can't remember when
2 years.
I started.
You're still young. You're still dipping your toes into it, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still learning. I'm still getting better.
Absolutely.
Which is not many. I'm not getting better at many things at my age. Like, I might have got in physical aspects. I might have already gone over the top a little bit, but but I'm still improving at this.
Absolutely.
The more practice I put in, the better I get at it still, which is really nice. So yeah, a little over 2 years. And yeah, what else was the question? Sorry.
No, that was it. How long have you been flying? Okay, so
just a little over 2 years.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I
So
can't
embellish your
remember
answers
when I
as
exactly
much.
started.
Do what?
I can't remember when I exactly started, but it was around. I managed to get a lot of practice in when COVID hit, and there was because I worked in London.
So about 2 years.
A lot of stuff shut down. So that was, I just got all my stuff at that point, and I was learning to fly. So I had a summer where I had about 2 months off, and I could go out flying every day, pretty much.
All right.
Which I did.
So just again off topic, because my little squirrel brain is going nuts. You said the word London and it just set me off. Okay, one more dumb American question. So some Americans infatuate themselves with the Queen and English culture and stuff like that. Are there some British people that infatuate themselves with American politics or the presidential campaign or something like that? Is that something?
Yeah, it can be big. There's I really personally like American culture quite a lot.
Right.
I always have. But there is definitely people that are into American politics. I don't really do that. I find that politics nowadays, if I get into it, it just depresses me a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
No matter what way I seem to look, I just find that it doesn't seem like there's much joy on the horizon. So
I think that's something we have in common on both ends, man. Across the water, either way, it's just depressing on both ends.
Yeah, so I just sort of emu it and put my head in the sand when it comes to that. Unless when they've got some good news, I'll start listening again. But until that point, I'm ignoring all of them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So back off the depressing shit, back into the FPV. All right. So Apone starts 2 years ago around COVID time. How'd you get into it?
I see DRL racing on ESPN. I think it was.
Nice.
It was one of the channels.
Yeah.
It was late night. I was just chilling out, flicking through the channels, and I see the first person view, just zipping along. You're like, what's going on? It's an amazing footage.
Right.
And then I kept watching, and it would have been years ago, so it would have been Jet. And Gab 707. He would have probably been. It was early days DRL. And I was like, what is going on? And I see him with these goggles, and then your brain starts ticking, and you're like, so they can see what the drone's seeing, and you're like, right, obviously, wow. And then so what? And then maybe I watched that a couple of times. It's like, is this accessible to people?
Sure.
What is this? See, you can't really comprehend what they're doing at first. I guess a lot of people. And so I watched it a couple of times, and then I searched it on YouTube, and then you're like, obviously you're showing the wife, and you're like, oh my god, babe, look at this.
Right.
Look, have you seen what they're doing? They've got goggles, and they can see what's going on. It's like you're flying. So started watching videos, and this all happened really quickly within a couple of months from finding it, starting watching videos. The first thing I did was download a simulator, and I connected a PlayStation controller for the first time. So it would have probably been like, I don't know if it was DRL or Liftoff. It's download the sim. I didn't have a transmitter, so it's a PlayStation controller. I've even got. Oh yeah, so I've got one here still.
That's awesome.
I don't know what I was doing.
That's awesome.
One of these. It's not that different to a Tango 2, but it's just different enough. So I did that, and then I quickly learned that this was not the tool for the job. Bought a really cheap Fly Sky.
Yeah. I think that's where a lot of people started. What about your What about your first drone? What was your first drone that you got?
So I bought that quickly progressed into me trying to buy some gear. So I spent I searched Facebook Marketplace for FPV equipment, and there was a guy within about 2 hours of me that was selling. He was getting out of the hobby, so he was selling some pretty much. It was well used. This stuff. It wasn't. It was The best stuff was F3. So it wasn't F4, but it was some F3 stuff there. A lot of it had OSD. There was a 5-inch quad. There was a 2-inch quad. There was a couple of whoops, some goggles, and a transmitter. But it was all older stuff. The goggles were Eachine. I think they're 006s, which a lot of people haven't seen, but they're still working. To be honest, they're just hanging up there somewhere. Yeah, they're up there.
That wall. That's crazy.
Yeah, but so I bought. I think I remember the first one I ever actually flew in with real life FPV was this. When I got home, I went out to see him. It was late. I got the stuff. The guy wanted to run through. When I went and met the stuff, he was a nice guy. He goes, right, I want to show you how the transmitter works. I want to show you how the goggles work. I want to show you how all of these drones hovering.
Right.
So it took hours for him to go through all of this. I come
that's
home
really
and
cool that he did that for you. I mean,
it was really cool.
Especially
and that was
didn't
a good
know anything,
experience. Because I didn't know, but I forgot all of it. I come home and I was like, "What did he say?" And
you were just excited. You were just excited.
All I wanted to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted to put the gogs on and fly, and it was this tiny little brushed whoop.
Yeah. No, I still have my brushed. Hell yeah.
Yep. And that was the first one I flew around the house when I got home.
So what about leading up to? Like, what's the background beforehand? Did you ever, play with RC cars or RC helicopters? Did you ever have, an interest in radio-controlled stuff and things? Like, toys, essentially?
I've always... When I was younger, when I was a kid, I couldn't afford it. It wasn't really an option.
Sure.
Some of my friends had them, and I was a bit envious. Some of my friends' dads, they were into model aeroplanes, fixed wings, and I'd see that, and it was just like, but really, you can't say, can I have a go, because they're gonna be like, no, you can't fly this, you have no experience. It's not like you can just have a go. So, and by the way, who's this kid?
Right, yeah. Don't touch my shit. What up, Double A?
Don't touch my shit.
yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, and when I got older, when I got older, I could start to afford it.
Right.
Like mid 30s, I'd say early 30s and onwards. And so I bought, the first thing I got when I could afford it was an RC car.
Yeah.
Which I had a lot of fun with, but I break a lot. I used to I just want to hit jumps with it, and it ends up running into a curb, and you'll break the plastic. So I break that a lot. And it wasn't long. It was within about 6. Yeah, it wasn't too long after getting the RC car, and I'd also flown the little toy helicopters that are just like a couple of channels, and you fly them around the house. I've flown some of them, so I enjoyed it. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but I never really got much from line of sight.
Right.
Doing it line of sight was always kind of, oh, it's fun,
Yeah.
but the novelty wore off pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that's probably the same for a lot of people with stuff like that. You just if you don't dive into it and get
I think with a fixed wing, I thought, and with a fixed wing flying line of sight, I think, oh yeah, it's really nice to look at on the ground. It'd be fun to take off and fly around.
Oh, sure.
But then you're just looking at it like in the sky.
Yeah, and you just kind of go around in circles. Just
exactly.
Oh, watch it! Look, it changed directions. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, well, so like most of us will have some kind of extreme background or whatever, you know, whether it be like skateboarding or rollerblading or, you know, some kind of maybe sport of some kind. What do you like to do outside of FPV before you got into FPV? Like,
so I was a big fan of motorbikes, and I spent a lot of time on bikes. Yeah.
So you're a speed guy.
Yeah, sports bikes. I've always also done motocross, but well, not really motocross. I like motocross bikes,
right?
Because I like the idea of going off road with them. This was kind of when I was quite injured and riding sports bikes was getting harder and harder. I thought, I'm going to try a bit of gentle off-roading because I still needed that adrenaline, and I hadn't found RC or FPV at that point. So still kidding myself that I could do it really.
Right.
And so I thought I'll try
sacrificing myself. Sure.
Yeah, I'll try. And I felt like it would be more relaxing just doing some off-roading on a motocross bike, you know.
Right.
But it turns out I was terrible at it, really. I really enjoyed it. I like the fact, like, it would wheelie in like 4 or 5 gear. You know, it would wheelie in every gear. Yeah, it was so much fun. But jumps, I'm terrible at jumps. Yeah, sometimes I hit them. I hit the jump and it's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'll take off. It was like perfectly timed. And but 9 times out of 10, I hit it, gripping on for dear life and absolutely terrified. And it's just sheer luck, and I'll case the landing or I'll hit the top of a tabletop. So I'm not very good. I'm not very good in the air on a bike. And I thought I would like racing as well. When I got to quads, I thought, I'm gonna like racing, and I do enjoy watching the racing.
Right.
You realise how quick other people are when you sim against even a real racer.
Dude.
It's that's the next level.
It's insane.
Yep.
I was at Multi-GP's International Open last year, and Min Chan Kim was out there racing against Evan Turner from 533, and those two, you don't blink. Where everybody, you know, everybody's just kind of casually, you know, standing around. They're just bolts. It is absolutely insane to see some of these people in real action. So I feel you there. So you stuck to kind of the flippy floppies and the sticking up in the air, huh?
I enjoy it. We do a bit of sim racing in Discord. You know, we'll get on there, Velocidrone, and do a bit of that. And that's fun to do with other average pilots. You know, like a bunch of guys that are kind of all at the same level, and it makes it really fun and enjoyable. But then every now and again, like if you're doing a multiplayer in Velocidrone, you'll get one of the fast guys turn up.
Oh, you're talking about like Red X? Red X will come in there and like just
half your time. Like they're lapping. You're doing well, and they're lapping you, and it's like. And getting lapped, you never should be getting lapped if you're in the same sport, really.
If you guys out there in the internet
with the same equipment, with the same kind of equipment, you shouldn't be getting lapped.
Come on over and join us in the FPTV Discord. Over there in the voice chat is what he's talking about. Get in there; they'll do Velocidrone with you, and Red X will show you, you know, what's up. He'll come in there just make you want to turn in your sticks because he's just so fast. But it is a great time. Stick time is always valuable, and if it's flying with your buddies, get on in there. So get on over to the FPTV Discord and make yourself some friends, get on the old simulator, and start racing your heart out. So on that, do you race at all? Like,
no, I'd like to race. Recently, Quad Daddy, he done a video call. He was at a race. I guess it was up there, Chicago way. And they were whoop racing inside this beautiful environment, and they had dive gates set up, and it looked amazing. And there's not a bad whoop racing.
Drop that video.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got a video of it yet, if he even got one.
Are you talking about the one that was on Facebook?
Did he put it on Facebook? Oh, I don't do Facebook. He might well have.
I don't know. There might have been one, and I don't know. Anyways, sorry. Continue your story.
He knows I don't do Facebook, so he has to share it to Discord with me if he wants to get hold of me. But yeah, it just in this country, there's quite apparently there's quite a good whoop racing scene, but 5-inch racing can be a bit hit or miss. You know, it's not like in the States where you've got really good chapters and groups of people.
So that's what I was gonna kind of follow up with, was like how does that work out there, chapters and organizations and stuff like that. Okay, well
I think it's about, and it's something when the weather gets better, I might look into. I think confidence might not have been there for the first year or so with me, you know, thinking, you know, I don't want to turn up not knowing what I'm doing.
Right.
And it's not so easy to find people. I don't think there's as many people doing it in the UK.
Really?
So the people seem to be fair, they're pretty spread out in the States as well, right? You know, but then there seems to be groups of people, like you got like certain areas have a group of a few people.
It's really kind of odd. It is. It's spread out, but it's not. It really just kind of depends on, you know, where you are in the state. You know, it does seem like more populated areas are generally going to be the ones that host, you know, larger chapters and things. Like here in Kansas City, we're the largest chapter, you know, in pretty much the Midwest, at least in our area. But that's just because we take in pretty much, you know, all over the state, Kansas and Missouri. And so, you know, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, that's so there's got to be some kind of races. I was kind of wondering, like, we have multi-GP here. Is there like a chapter, a main thing? I don't know how to ask that question.
Yeah, so what it would be like our main racing league or season over here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Oh, okay. Well then, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's cool.
I honestly don't know. I know there's one guy over here that I've met up with a couple of times, Mr. Magoo. He's on YouTube as well, and so you can go and look for him, give him a sub. He's a really good ripper, and he goes hard. I think he's been doing it about 2 years.
What was the name again?
Mr. Magoo, FPV.
Mr. Magoo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, continue your story. I'm just gonna look at
this. Yeah, he really does go hard. He's a really nice guy to fly with. I think Big Oily Guy put me in touch with him. I think it was most likely because he knows everyone that's a ripper. So he seems to have his tentacles go everywhere, and he knows he can sort of sense them coming up. Yeah, he can sense like a disturbance in the FPV false, I think.
All right.
And I think it's something like that. Yeah. So I think he put me in touch with him, and we've met up a couple of times, and I'm going to be meeting up again with him soon once the weather gets a little bit better. I'm going to go out. There's a couple of spots that I've got written down in the UK that should be really good. I don't really, now I'm back from Florida, I don't really want to go to my like generic same old spots. I want to go and find some really good spots again. And there's a couple of abandoned places in the UK that we've got our eyes on.
That's
cool. Aon as well. We've got some spots that we want to go and hit up.
So, and that kind of ties into another one. So you've got some spots. How far of a like traveling distance are most of your spots and things?
All of them. are probably I'd say there's a couple that were within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you want to go and test stuff, I've got a couple of little spots 10 to 20 minutes around the corner that I would say 3. I live quite close to the town centre.
Right.
Like not London, but my little town of Bishop Stortford in Hertfordshire. I live quite close to the town centre. It's a little commuter town, I guess, the suburbs. So if you want to fly the park in the town centre, you're talking 6 a.m, maybe 6:30 a.m. You've got to get there, and you're still gonna get dog walkers and joggers at 6:30 a.m. I don't know what possesses them to do it at that time, but they're there. So you just have to be a bit aware. But it's not going to be like packed with people.
Sure.
You couldn't go midday because there'd just be too many people. So
Does
there's a couple
anybody
like
ever
that.
give you a hard time?
No, not really. No, I think I got more of, and I loved it coming to the States, so I don't want this to come across bad, but we got more of a hard time in Florida than I've had here ever, which it was fun because, you know, I don't think anyone got in trouble. So we were, it was just a bit of fun, but
it was a lot of fun.
there was a few people who didn't want us flying there in Florida. Yeah, but
I don't
the
think they should have been there themselves, though. You know,
no, I don't. I think they were, but they just didn't want. Yeah, they didn't want us to know what was going on there. I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. They didn't want us about, but Florida did have some amazing, like everywhere you looked, there was somewhere good to fly, but that's not the case here. Really, you have to.
With that, like, do you have to look out for anything? Like, so we have, you know, the FAA stuff here keeps us pretty well regulated. Like, what's keeping you regulated? I mean, I'm sure you have common sense not to fly over, you know, anybody's sports giant things or hospital, blah blah blah. But like, what's the UK version of that?
I think it's so. There's no remote ID here. That's not a thing. Luckily, at the moment, anyway, you know, that I get for now. There's a lot of.
I'm pretty sure we aren't either. Oh, maybe that was me. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to fly 25 milliwatts either. But so, are you able to purchase? Well, yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, so you can get them, and you have to. You generally they sell all the VTXs as normal, but they'll be locked.
Yeah,
like it'll be locked at 25, so you just unlock it. I think that's the same for a lot of Europe as well. It's meant to be 25 milliwatts on your VTX,
right?
But most people. So when I get Vistas, not that I do this, but if I was gonna do this, then when I get a Vista, what I have to do if I was going to hack it, I would have to hack it to the FCC version first. And then that unlocks it from 25 on to 700, and then I could do further hacks to get me 1200 if I wanted to. Yeah. So it's like that little file that you put on the GOGs and you put on the Vista. Yeah, I have to do, or you put on the Vista. I think I have to do the GOGs as well as the Vista because it puts them into FCC rather than the other one. Yeah. Which was handy because, like, I came to the States and they were already in FCC mode.
See, that's what it was. You were just preparing yourself.
I was preparing. Yeah.
That's all it is. That's awesome. All right, so Dan Z's coming in. He's got a question for Apone. On a summer day, which would you choose, Pimm's or ale? And what's a Pimm's?
Pimm's is like a drink you'd have on a summer's day. So it's like a fruity alcoholic drink. A Pimm's is the best way.
Okay, so like a cider here. That's what we would call a cider.
Not really a cider. No, it's flat rather than It's not really like a cider. I don't think.
Okay, hold on. You just said the word. It's flat. Now, what?
I'm pretty sure. A Pimm's is like a flat. I'm sure. Yeah, a Pimm's.
Like
I'm more.
Are you saying like
more
an
of an ale guy?
Yeah, Pimm's is like an apartment?
No, not like a flat, not like an apartment flat, but not like it. You know what I mean, right?
I'm just fucking with you. Yeah.
It would definitely be ale. Yeah,
okay.
I would guess it would be ale or lager. Yeah, in my case, just cheap. I actually drink American beer.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Do you have a beer? Do you have a preference?
I do. Yeah, it's Bud Light. I always drink Bud Light. Yeah, because it doesn't get. It's impossible to get drunk on Bud Light. Really.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's actually impossible.
Pretty much water.
And I have responsibilities and stuff now, so I can't really be getting drunk. But I do enjoy sometimes getting in from work, and if I've got a few things to do, if I've got a bit of editing to do, maybe it's like, I could have a little beer just sitting there. And so I have Bud Light, and I used to drink quite strong beer, but as I've got older, like they've got weaker and weaker and weaker. So now it's just like it's nothing flash, it's cheap beer. Cheap American beer.
You just gotta be smart with your money, then, man.
I got taste.
Well, with taste, he says, follow-up question: Marmite or licking a piece of used sandpaper? They both taste the same to me.
Wow.
I don't even know what Marmite is.
Marmite is it's a vegetable spread. Nice, Danzy knows his stuff. So Marmite's a vegetable spread. Man. Yeah, clearly. And I personally like it on toast. I really like. They say with Marmite, you love it. Marmite is you love it or you hate it. I think it was even their advertising campaign, love it or hate it, Marmite. But
it's a terrible advertising campaign.
I think they're well aware of the fact that you either love it or hate it. But I really like Marmite on toast. It's like Australians have this thing
like Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's disgusting.
It is. I agree. I tried when I met some Australians. I tried Vegemite. I was like, it's probably like Marmite, right? And I tried it, and I was like, no, that's nothing. That's nothing like Marmite. It seemed horrible. But Marmite, I quite like with toast. But it's quite I don't know how you describe it. It's
Vita.
Yeah, it's not like many things. Yeah, Marmite.
Vita Vegamin?
Yeah.
What is Vita Vegamin?
Vita Vegamin.
You guys are
Is
Marmite the British friend? What is Vegamin? I have no idea what the hell this is.
Oh, okay. Carlsberg.
What is that?
Danish stallion Carlsberg. Carlsberg. What's Carlsberg? You know what Carlsberg is?
No.
No, that's a beer. That's a it's quite a well-known lager over here, Carlsberg. Quite a big one. Yeah.
You guys, I've traveled like this way in the United States, and then this year I went like this, just down to Florida. This is pretty much my extent of worldly views. Hence why I ask all the dumb American questions.
Florida's the furthest I've been. To be fair, it's the furthest I've ever been. But I plan on seeing. Yeah, Florida is the furthest I've been.
Yeah.
I plan on seeing more of the states. Yeah, definitely next year. I don't know wherever I'll end up going, but I'll maybe travel around. It's so big though; it's hard to see much of it in like a couple of weeks.
I mean, we would pretty much say the same thing about Europe. I mean, just anywhere over there, we'd probably say about the same thing. And then you guys have so much history and everything packed into it. I mean, yeah, you'd pretty much take about the same amount of time. Well, okay, so you came down to Florida, and you immediately went into FPV mode. Like, pretty much like right off the plane. I mean, you guys got out of the airport and started going to a hotel, I'm assuming, to meet up with FPV guys. So, after that point in time where we all left, you and the missus had a little bit of time to experience Florida for yourself. Tell us about you time.
That was really. I'm glad we did it because although she's now currently getting into FPV and starting to fly.
Right.
I did feel kind of bad that it's her first time in the States and all she's done is come to different FPV sites, and she really enjoyed it. She loved meeting everyone because it was a great fun time, but she hadn't got to do any of the like normal American maybe tourist stuff or stuff you'd do.
Sure.
We're not necessarily one for touristy stuff, but we prefer to just drive out and see some of the, just normal America,
right?
Or normal Florida, which was lovely. So we drove down to a place called Black Hammock, and this was on the day before the last day, and we did like an airboat ride. Went to see some gators, got to hold a little baby gator.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah, some typical Florida stuff. Which was nice. But even just driving out down that way to see some of, because Orlando and where we were staying, it's very, you can tell it's very touristy. It's like a tourist. It's like a tourist strip, wasn't it? All down there, it was. Yeah. There was souvenir shops.
Very much so.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
I mean, at least that far into the coast.
I can imagine. Yeah. Mate, you got biscuits. Reaction entertainment. Yeah, biscuits. Biscuits are a different thing here. Yeah, that's another one, right?
Biscuits are cookies, right?
Yeah. So what you would call cookies, I think we call biscuits. But we have cookies, which are cookies. But then biscuits, like with going back to having a cup of tea, you'd have a biscuit with like a chocolate topping, like a chocolate digestive biscuit, and you can dip it in the tea. It's lovely. It's nice.
A chocolate what biscuit?
A chocolate biscuit, so digestive. So I guess I think it's like a
biscuit.
I'm not very good with foods.
No.
I would guess it's a wheat like biscuit, because there's definitely like a wheat thing on the packet. I'm pretty sure. So I get it's like a chocolate biscuit.
Yeah,
biscuits are so different.
I'm trying to put these things together. Like bullet points are going off, just firing randomly in the brain. And so, when you say digestive, are you meaning like high fiber? Like makes you poop. Makes the innards go.
I think in the morning. I mean, unfortunately, you're speaking to the wrong man about what sort of ingredients go into food. I'm more of an electronics expert than a cooking expert.
Hey,
yeah,
you know what?
So
totally fine.
I'm more of an eater than a cooker.
I understand. You just do the thing. All right.
Yeah.
Biscuits and stuff. I've got Google for all this. I'll go down some rabbit hole after this.
So different, because you have. Like I've heard, because I have a lot of American friends, but I've heard you have gravy and biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, biscuits, gravy and biscuits. I never heard it said like that, and it just sounded so odd. It sounds so weird and gross. Gravy and biscuits sounds weird.
Biscuits and
gravy. Dude, I'll take some biscuits and gravy any day, but I don't know. It's just
Is it the way I said it? It was
I don't know. Maybe it was
gravy and biscuits.
It's like, I don't want none of that, man. But yeah. So we have biscuits and gravy. So that's why I think like when you say biscuits, I'm thinking like a whole nice roll thing.
Well, we'll have gravy on like a roast dinner, and but you don't. Yeah, biscuits is definitely a different thing. And I never want to try. Next time I'm out there, I'm trying biscuits and gravy. Not gravy.
It's delicious. It's probably one of my favorite things. All right, we are getting so far off track. We can we can do this all day. All right, so we're gonna continue doing this while we go into the video segment. So we got some people watching some stuff and some things, and I can continue with all these dumb American questions and things. Again, I would just want to say a big thank you to Mr. Apone for coming out. One, for hanging out with me on the stream, getting up at 2 in the morning all the way over there. Is it Tuesday over there?
So I guess Wednesday morning, really.
So he's in the future, coming back to the past to hang out with us. Thank you so much. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
I'm so glad that you came down and got to experience, America. But I'm so glad that I got to be a part of that experience. That was way cool. Talking to you on the Discord beforehand, and then getting to connect the dots finally in real life That's insane, man. That's so cool.
It was a nice. The way it happened was strange. So I kind of knew the guys. But it started with me watching the stream, watching the reaction entertainment stream a lot of the time, and then I was going on the stream. So I decided if I was like, I was going to spend a bit more time in Discord, so I started to get to know more of the guys, and then just chatting to them. Somehow that developed into me coming out to Florida, getting married out there.
Yeah.
My quad daddy.
Quad Daddy's the man, though. I love Quad Daddy. He's got that man's got a very special place in my heart. Love him.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
So, okay, so that's a good question, and then I want to get into this because this already is one of the videos that you sent me, and I wanted to ask you about them and stuff. But,
okay, yep.
So the question I have before this one, love these wall taps, but the question I have is how long were you a member of the FPTV Discord before you made the commitment of coming out to the United States? I mean, you were an FPV pilot beforehand, so you were already kind of doing your thing and flying. But then you found this group, you became firm. How long into being a part of the FPTV, crew did you start to get that feeling of like, these guys are legit, this is awesome, let's make this happen? Dude, that's exactly what happened to me, man. And that was my second year. So I feel you.
Yeah, it's weird, right? I loved the stream and I watched it every week anyway, and so you see the same names in the same videos,
right?
So you kind of feel like you know them in a way. And when I was on the show, that led to me being more. I've been in the Discord for a while, but not very active. Didn't really get Discord or understand how it worked. Right. I think.
So this was into FPV. Yeah. This was your first time ever having and using Discord. Right on.
Yep. Yeah, so it was definitely, I'd never even, I just put it on my phone because I knew it was a thing, right. And I looked at it and I was like, what is going on there? And kind of just carried on what I was doing, and interacted with people more on YouTube than I did in Discord, I would say. And then, it was quite a while back now.
Danish?
No, is it Danish?
Yeah, Danish just heading out.
Not Danish. So I went on the show as well. Right. I did the stream. I went on the show, and that just led to me getting more involved with the guys, chatting to the guys more, being on Discord more, which was kind of a gradual thing that just gained momentum. Right. And now I'm never off there, unfortunately, for them guys. Yeah, they have to play with me all the time.
So how was that feeling? Like you were just getting into FPV. You found this live stream. And you're finding this group of people that are absolutely amazing, and now they're like, "Hey, you wanna come on stream with me?" How was that feeling? Like the first time you ever got asked? How was that?
Exciting,
right?
And 1 second, I'm just reaching over here. So it was really exciting. I didn't think. I've done it a few times now. I've been on the stream a few times.
Yeah.
And but I didn't realise how nervous I would feel like the first time just because it was live. Like now, I feel much more relaxed now, to be honest, because I've done it a few times.
I mean, you've been doing a great job tonight.
It's nothing now. But the first time I was kind of like. It just occurred to me. I was like really relaxed, and I'm used to cameras and stuff because I do a bit of vlogging in my videos. So, but it was really different when you've got the camera and you're speaking to it, and when it's almost someone else's camera looking at you. Do you know what I mean? And it just felt like, oh, it's live.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that.
You were not in control anymore. No, I totally get that. I totally get that, because in a vlog you can be like, oh man, I messed it up, or switch around, or film what you want to film on your own shit. You can edit.
And it's crazy because it's not like you're not in control. Because if you said, "Oh, I just need 1 minute," it would be no problem or anything like that. So, but for some reason, your brain just starts saying, "Oh, okay, right, this is different now. Time to panic."
You're right. It's okay. So we're gonna keep going, and I have a good follow-up question, because I'm sure it's gonna be here. Your next video.
Thanks for the questions, Dan.
FPV 1-pack night flight. Good night, Dan. 1-pack night flight, Mr. Apone. Okay, so my question is, let me start this video to see if you do it. But you vlog in a lot of your videos, even if it's just for a little bit, stuff like this. Like,
have you made a video yet?
How did you get into vlogging? Like, because you're very comfortable behind the camera. You're very charismatic.
Go outside.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely, but like, you've done this before. Like, did you start doing this vlog thing because of the FPV, or were you doing something beforehand?
No, I don't even know how it started, me talking to the camera, to be honest. I think it started with me just liking long intro, leaving the camera running on the quad before and after, and sometimes I pick it up and say something at the end. That's really cool. And then
at the end, or at the very beginning to get them started.
Maybe I done a couple of like instructional videos. Like I found that I had problems, and I found that I figured out a way to fix them for whatever reason. So I did a video about that, and then I got more used to talking. What's up? Wow, man. So I think I got used. But then I never set out wanting a vlog. I enjoy it. And it's probably, probably part of it is being on my own, so I'm talking to myself a lot of the time anyway, so I might turn the camera on again.
So
it's funny that the wife and the youngest, our youngest is in the car because I'd had a drink that night and I wanted to go flying. I couldn't drive, so I had to say, would you mind taking me out? So we had to get the youngest one. It wasn't too late, but it was, at bedtime for her really. Calm them in the car, so I could go out and do like a night flight 1-pack.
So I've got a little bit on the family aspect. One, I think you and the Maria story is absolutely beautiful. How you guys have been together for so long and share that mindset and everything, and all the experiences and all the stuff that we talked about. I think y'all are beautiful, and that's awesome. But she's very, very, very supportive of you and this hobby. And I mentioned this on the boat, is the fact that, like, I'd say probably a good 65% of the first part of the trip is MPV, and she was right along with it. Has she always been into MPV, or was there a point in time where it's like it was kind of your thing, she grew into it, or like?
I would say she's always just been supportive. She's just that good. She's honestly
you
way
said
too,
it right there. She's
way too
just
good for me.
that good, dude. She's awesome. I hope that me and Taylor end up like you guys one day.
I hope so too, man. Because it's lovely to be. It's lovely to be this far down the line as we are, and I'm still madly in love with her. She still surprises me, and it's like it was the first week after 20 odd years. And I know we've only recently got married, but still, I love her to bits. Which is, it's lovely to have that still after this long. But she's just a great person.
Yeah.
Which is just nice. Which is. Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. She's always been supportive. When I used to ride bikes a lot, like I would sometimes not have the use of like I'd done my arm in once and my arm didn't work for a long time, and she never moaned at me about it. She was just supportive whether I needed time off work or if I needed, whatever I needed to do, she was supportive. And when I wanted to ride again, she would never nag me. She would be like, if you're a grown man, you're going to make you, but she's really, really good. And she works in care as well.
Yeah.
She actually works in entertainment at the moment, but she does do care work as well. It's in a care home. And that alone, that really takes a special sort of person.
Absolutely. That takes a very special sort of person to be able to deal with that and handle that and day in, day out. You guys are, I love the shit out of you guys. Y'all are amazing people. I'm so happy to have met you again, but let's
bravo, man. Thank you.
We'll bring it back to that special Florida day where we got to hang out, all of us piled in out at Bando Island. I think B-Rad said that was the largest group of FPV pilots that had ever been out there at one time. Just ganged up, and we didn't get messed with or nothing. B-Rad was telling us stories about how they got kicked out. Anyways, I'm getting off point. Next point is the Octagon rip with Tinker Twig. So in my edit, I have this captured on film. It looks like fucking popcorn was popping out of the top in third person view. Was so cool to watch you guys go nuts because y'all were just one after another, and like you could watch as one person hit, but another person came out of the background and took it. Like it just didn't stop. So being able to watch this full throttle at first person.
Oh man, I love this little spot.
Yeah, this was so
it kind of suited my style a lot, this little spot here. I don't get to fly many abandoned buildings here. There's not many like tight abandoned buildings here, so I enjoyed it, but it's not something I get to fly very often. It's normally like office parks and stuff. And something like this, with no roof that I could actually get into diving into stuff. I really enjoyed this little spot.
The closest thing you can do is get into the simulators. Oh, that was a question I wanted to ask you earlier. So you said when you first started in the simulator. Oh, wait. Yes, just hold on. Because then you got the PlayStation controller, and then on either DRL or liftoff. Was it on the computer or was it on like a Xbox or something?
It'd be on a computer. Okay. Yeah, which that was kind of decent time. A bit of luck. Yeah. I did it on PC. It was luckily enough I built. And sometimes I'll build up PCs. I can get hold of cheap X Office PCs, and I might change the power supply, put a graphics card in, and if there's any money in it, sell it as a gaming PC.
Absolutely.
So I've done that a few times, and that kind of paid for my PC down there. And I did that about the year before I got into FPV, built this PC, which worked out nice for video editing because I'd already built a gaming PC. So
for us techie nerds, what you got under the hood on there?
So it's a Ryzen 5.
Okay.
But I've got an RTX 2080 in there as well, which is nice. That was the graphics card. I wanted the TI, but the TI was so much more money. Like I think I paid about 700 for the RTX 2080 on its own at the time. Yes, £700. Yeah, at the time, which was a few years ago now.
That's a grand and change for those, but still, yeah. So
it was a lot of money at the time, but it's a good card and it still works fine for me. Really.
So do you do anything else other than edit FPV videos to where a graphics card would be needed?
I used to do a bit of gaming. But now it's just simming. Yeah, now I generally just sim. If I've got time to game, I'll be simming.
I love it. The Velocidrone is now the sim of choice.
Yeah, I really like Velocidrone, and there seems to be like there's a good bunch of us that all have it, so it works out nice. Yeah, well,
the most like true to flying.
Yeah, because it feels. You notice that it feels harder when you do the racing in Velocidrone. It's like, oh, this is hard to hit these gates. It's hard to go full throttle.
Shit, well, watching your edits, you would think you would have absolutely no problem with edits. Like, this is really cool. I like what you were saying at the very beginning of how this bando just fits the style.
Yeah.
You know, most of us are going to be like, oh yeah, this spot was so rad because they have so many gaps and things. And I like how you put it that it fits your style because you're very much a aerial pilot. That's a terrible way to put it because we're all up in the air, so we're aerials. But like
better than this.
I don't know. It definitely fit your style.
I'm doing a lot of. I like a lot of loopy stuff.
Yeah, loopy stuff. There we go.
Loopy stuff. Yeah, I like a lot of loopy stuff. So it kind of
Perfect.
And the fact that there was like the other buildings there were much tighter, right?
Yeah. Well, it was nice to be able to walk away and get a little bit, but yeah, watching that third person was way cool. Just to watch you guys popcorn out of that building, but destroyed the octagon here. We're gonna keep rolling with FPV trick bashing and trying new stuff.
I could fly that place every weekend. It'd take a long time to get bored of that. Yep.
Well, from what I'm hearing, a lot of FPV Florida locals haven't even hit that spot. So it sounds like we might have gotten lucky. But
real lucky.
Man, I'll take it. This is cool.
And this I just found. This is one of those driving down the road, and it's that looks like it's got some stuff there that I can fly.
Right.
Yeah. This was within about 5 weeks of coming out to Florida. This was just before. Maybe 6 weeks before. Yeah. It looks cold. I was trying some close proxy, which I enjoy. I always like trying to keep it tight. I'm enjoying flying without, like I always like videos with no stabilization, but when I'm going to fly, sometimes I think, maybe I'll do a stabilized video of this and then get some really nice footage, and then I just end up leaving it on. And then the last one I done, which was, I think I went out with the oily rig. I done it without stabilisation, and I'm watching the footage back, and it looks really nice. It's got a different feel to it without stabilisation.
Oh, absolutely. I kind of like to not stabilize. Like, I don't lean here around shooting or whatever. If the camera's got it, you got it. The unsmooth, the raw footage is kind of nice. I really enjoy it. And like analog footage, I like seeing the VCRs. I like seeing what kind of, what kind of shit you have to go through to get to that shot. It's something you're not really going to get too much with digital.
That's my kind of one downside with digital, right? Because I used to enjoy seeing the analog feed in the corner of the video. Yeah, and you can see how tough it was when it cut to the dive, and you're like, oh man, I don't know how they did that. But digital, at least it comes back quick with the analog, right?
Digital, not so much. And I've had the problem. So far, it's lost one drone. Like I can't find the footer, but I still find myself like if I lose digital, or something, I still find myself waiting for it to come back, and it just doesn't. Like if it freezes, I'm just like, all right, just wait for it. I'll hold on to it.
Buddy.
It just doesn't. So I have to take off.
You could get yourself a bit higher up. You could turn your head around. You might start getting a signal or something. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Digital. No.
So this
Mostly
one
survived.
At least it came back, but
this lipo. He's never going back on a charger.
Did
it should stay where
did
it
the
is
owner
today.
ever come back out or come out and say anything about you?
No, I didn't see anyone. There's
talent and props. So
there's a little calf just round the corner from here, which unfortunately gets really busy with people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright. Now we're juicy flicking. Ooh,
use it a lot.
There's that February contest. So
yeah.
If you guys
have fun doing this.
Yeah. Well, if you guys don't know, FPTV Discord has a monthly contest, and you can win yourself some stuff and some things. I believe it's Pyrodrone, right? Stuff and things.
This month? I can't remember.
Well,
it's early.
If you want to win stuff and things, head on over to the FPTV Discord and check out that monthly contest. Win yourself some stuff, level yourself up, and then post a video over here so we have something to watch on the live stream. I don't know how many live stream videos, like Get on Stream Tuesday videos we'll have tonight, because like you said, the live stream was so long.
Sorry, I'm talking too much.
No. I knew this was going to happen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an impromptu live stream sometime this week. And we'll do the Get on Stream Tuesday tab and finish those off. So wow. I'm not worried about any of it. We'll get back to them. Tonight is all about the Apone.
Oh man,
dude. All right, so Juicy flicking his way. Did you win on that one?
Well, it's not decided. They're still voting until end of the week, I think it is.
Oh, it is February. Yeah. We have.
So
till tomorrow.
I'm quite happy with that entry. It was a nice little juicy flick at the end. It was tight. I'm happy with how it came out. Yep. Now I got it. Yeah, I did my best on it. I think so.
If you're
that's
happy
all you can
with
do.
It, that's exactly it. If you're happy with it,
then
everybody is. So when you go for making videos, I remember you saying that you were like, you didn't want a hard drive full of old footage and stuff. So you just made videos to show your progression. So when you started making your FPV videos, were you kind of making them just for you, or were you looking for stream or like the views?
I think So I think it would have been nice. And you don't know. I've never tried YouTube before. That would obviously have been nice. But I did find that until I found a group and a community of friends that I chatted to regularly,
right?
To get views or to get any subscribers at the beginning was just ridiculous. Right. You know, that first climb up to get into like 100, it just felt like he was never going to get there.
Well, let's see. Where are you sitting right now? Because we got the next one. It's New Tricks, the Harlow Hustle. So that puts back on the YouTube page. I'm seeing 267 subscribers. For some reason, it's not subscribed. I have no idea how it wasn't, but
excellent.
One more. You wasn't, but I'm here now. But you have definitely blown up, and I don't think it's just from guys at the FPT Discord, blowing you up. You put in some work, man, for 2 years. You're doing a lot of stuff that I don't do. I've been flying for something like 4.
Right.
And half the shit, I won't even try it.
I feel like I picked stuff up fairly quickly, but I'm one of them people that once I want to try and do something, I'll practice it quite relentlessly until I can kind of do it.
I love these office parts. I love these office parts. That tap was nasty. I love a good
I love a tap. I love a good tap. Me too. Yeah. And I've started doing more as I'm moving. There was one in the other videos. Like you can wall ride and just tap as you can. Oh, it's nice.
So
you have to have the right
turn. Like skateboard or anything as a kid?
Yeah.
Did you?
Used to skateboard a lot. Okay. Yeah, skateboard and skate. Just with like quad skates. It was before inline. Yeah, so it was I used to skate and I used to skateboard quite a bit. I used to love it as a kid.
Before inline, don't date yourself. You're not that old. You're not that old.
I don't feel it. Time just flies, right? When you're having fun again.
Dude, absolutely. Yeah. Well, long story short, you've taken to the hobby and definitely showed when you put your mind to it, you can achieve something. You took home a Rippy this year, didn't you?
Yep, took home a Rippy this year.
I believe you did. What was that one for?
This was best vlog. Yeah, it's just there, just sitting up there to remind me. Yeah, this was amazing, and there was some good competition this year as well.
Absolutely. There was a lot of people, a lot of votes and everything.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely deserved it, and you took home the win for sure. But I mean, it just goes to show you're not scared behind the camera. You put your mind to it, you just do it.
Yeah, it's amazing how it kind of happened and led to that. I mean, it's been a whirlwind. Yeah.
Well, even just like that, how you just end it with looking at the camera, just making sure everything's still recording and still still there. Just that little touch. I love those little things.
Thanks, man. Yeah, leave it. And I think that's how it kind of started with me. Just bits like that, leaving it in and liking that kind of thing.
And that being kind of your signature at the very end kind of thing. Everybody gets a little tidbit kind of shit.
Yeah.
I feel it. Well, this is meeting up with Mr. Magoo.
One of the guys. Yeah. One of the guys. The guy, really.
The guy.
So, the guy that I meet up with, yeah.
Is he the only other guy that is around that you fly with?
Yep, he's the only other regular. There are some other guys local. But,
okay, that's what I was going to ask you, if there was other pilots in the area. Well,
there is some guys in Hertfordshire. Yeah, there is some guys in Hertfordshire. They do meet up, but they haven't. They do a lot on Facebook, and I don't really do Facebook, so that's kind of where it's my fault, really. I've got to get on Facebook.
Facebook is toxic enough already. You really don't need it.
It's toxic already. It doesn't need me.
Dude, yeah, it doesn't need
what
you.
The
there you
fuck
go.
Is happening,
you don't need it either.
I mean, again, it's
I don't need. Yeah, so I don't. I mean, it's on my phone, but I never even open the Facebook tab. So that's kind of the problem. I think they organise a lot of the meetups on Facebook. So I need to just maybe get like an account on Facebook.
Messenger. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't put anything on.
Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. Yeah.
So you're very, like I said, you're very comfortable.
This was nice. Yeah, these stairwells are nice.
So you're very comfortable with the camera. You ever get any odd looks, or did you feel awkward, like somebody's by, like out of the way, and you just keep going?
I keep going now. Yeah, I keep going now. It was much more nerve-wracking at first, and like having like a tripod or a selfie stick to do any kind of. Otherwise, you're just holding it all the time. So it depends on what you're filming. Sometimes you won't need that. Sometimes you can just hold it. But I've got better with it. Yeah, I've got I've got some like a good tripod and some bits
You know what
like
you're
that
doing.
now, so that helps. And, yeah, it's a lot of the time I just roll with it though, and I'm going to try to capture more of the background stuff as well that's going on, because some of the guys in Florida got some really good background stuff. So bits like this where you get the quads taking off and video with the gear and people plugging in, mix it up a bit. Because I do like kind of, I think I have like kind of a format, a bit of talking, a bit of flying, a bit of talking generally. And I don't plan that, it's just the way it turns out.
No, it totally works. It cuts it up, makes it, it's not monotonous, it's not boring or anything. So yeah, no, it's perfect. This spot is killer. What is this?
This is like an office park on a Sunday. But we was like one of the little cells tight now. I do like a power loop through a gap.
Yeah.
If I can get it. Yeah, if I can get it. We're in that little, I guess it was like a smoking hut or something there. We're standing over there. We've got like quite a few packs in, and then a security guard, I wish I put it on camera, he came out, and he didn't even want to approach us. He was nice, he's like, oh, they're watching you on camera and they want you to leave. So we had to, we walked around the corner through. Yeah, they said they were watching us. I don't know if they were or not, but I kept bouncing off of them stairwells trying to do that power loop through the gap. Yeah, so and when you hit them metal stairwells, it goes like, yeah, it rings. You can hear it from miles.
Well, I was going to ask you if anybody ever did
yeah, nice one. So we'd like to go. We didn't. When he asked us to leave, we just left because that way you've got a chance of going back.
Maybe you won't be the same security guard next time, but it was your
give it a couple of months. Yeah, give it a couple of months, and we only asked us to leave, and we're like, yeah, sure, no problem. So yeah, we can go back. At least try it again.
That's cool.
Because there was more stuff there that we didn't get to hit.
Absolutely. There's always lines you can always go back and perfect.
Yeah.
A little bent prop there.
Dude, I've got to get a drink. Can you give me 2 minutes? Let me just pop to the kitchen.
You go do your thing. You go do your thing. I'm
really
gonna keep rambling here and go on with videos.
Oh.
All right. Well, and that was perfect time because that was the end of the Apone videos, so I could still get into the Get on Stream Tuesday tab. We still got a little time. Let's keep rolling. I threw in some for good measures, and then you guys came in and topped us off with some bangers. Let's go. Maybe we can get through tonight. We'll see. Alright, we starting off in Germantown. This is the hard hit and broken glass. We're fucking gorilla scraggles. Jesus, I hate fucking gorilla scraggles. Over here with my man Pitts flying high. I was a lot quicker than that. I was about ready to just start rambling on about nothing.
Too much talking.
That's right.
I was really dry.
Oh,
Yep. I should have prepped with more fluids.
Oh, you're good.
Fluids.
So watching Pitt here brings me to a different question. This was your first time coming to the States. Have you? I'm assuming you traveled around Europe.
Yep. Yeah, I've been around Europe. Drove through France, Spain. I used to live down in Tenerife, which is Canary Islands, which is off the coast of Morocco. I lived there for a while. It was nice. I look quite like that Spanish way of life. It was quite relaxed, and it was, it's not like that in near London, as you can imagine, like most cities.
So
it's all go. No, I learned enough to say. ask for beer, and I learned how to say sorry. How to say sorry is a good one in it. Anywhere you go, right? You learn how to say sorry, please and thank you. How much is that? That's really a good one. You know, where is that? So it was
enough to just get yourself by. I got you.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come back to us. Hopefully he'll come back to us. How is it out there in live stream land? Are you guys still with me, or did the gremlins hit you guys? There he is. He's back.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I had you were paused out there for a second. I don't know if it was me or you or probably me. Oh. He's gone again. Now he's back again.
Yep, we're back again.
Alright.
He's dropped it out. I'm still here.
Okay. Alright.
I'm still here, regardless.
He's a freaking trooper. We're gonna keep him rolling. I've got the live stream going. People are still here watching, so I'm gonna keep going. But okay, so yeah, you travel around Europe and things. You were living in Spain.
Yep.
Do you bring your FPV drone, or have you brought your FPV drone anywhere within the last 2 years of flying?
No, I haven't. I haven't been away the last couple of years, so I've got
and vacation.
Vacation. Yeah.
So
right?
do you guys not call it vacation at all?
Some people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, vacation is definitely a used word. Yeah. And that will change north to south. They will use different, dialects in this country. Yeah, so it does change north to south. But we tend to use holiday. I think vacation might be more popular up north.
That's cool. That's cool that it's even regional things. Like
it's very regional here. We noticed that, considering the size of the country, it's only it's not even as big as Texas, So it's it's a time.
I don't know what I can do to quit dropping them out. Okay, start that one over again. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to disconnect me and you from Discord, and I'm going to start that whole process over, and I'll call you right back and see if a hard reset cancels this out. All right. So I'll talk to you in just a moment, brother.
Yep.
All right. So let's get out of Discord and just go ahead and shut this down. Close that. Sorry about that. We're trying to go through. I want Apone on. Oh shit! I almost forgot. When Jumbie sent me a picture earlier today, he smashed into an excavator. Let's see what we can do. We're back. I see him. You look like Apone. Alright. This stream is not we're pretty much used to having gremlins on stream. The only thing I can think of is I asked you where you're going, Canary Islands. Have you?
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Back? Yeah.
Yeah. So we was talking about traveling with the FPV gear.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
And it's not something I've done yet,
right.
But I can't wait. So I got to the first one was a big one, obviously coming to the States with everything, but it was a good learning process because I got to learn about bringing lipos on a plane, how to pack the stuff, how fussy they were about. Because I was a bit the worst thing was lipos, because when you read, I read up about the rules, and it says it can be airline to airline. Right. They can choose. They can make up their own rules, the airlines. So you read into what airline you're flying with, and when you read it, they seem to talk a lot about the big batteries. They don't really seem to give a definitive amount of smaller batteries. It's really hard. So I was a bit sketchy going out there and coming back with more batteries than I went out there. But they fine. They just sort of looked at it. They were all. I think as long as they're packaged nice and neatly, and the ends are all covered up, and they look safe, they look like you've made an effort, then they were cool. Yeah, but that was a good experience. And then I'm going to come out in June to the Canary Islands. I'm going to take some stuff out there and see what it's like out there.
Cool. Very cool. That's a question I did not ask, but I should have. It's like what the traveling process of drones is like, because I've flown, United States, whatever, with lipodes and stuff, and it's not too bad. That Juicy Flick is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give that one more replay because it's only 1 minute, and we can do that here on the stream.
It's just a 1 minute, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. It's 30 some odd bucks. You guys can see it.
I found this was no stabilization on this one, and it was when I was watching this, I was like, oh look, some stuff looks better without it, right? It's just,
I just think it adds, another level to a video, whether you have it or not. Like it just depends on what kind of look you're going for on your result. I don't think there's a right or wrong.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Yeah, it does depend on the look you're going for, and when it's a raw sort of freestyle video like this, then it does. Yeah. Yeah. This is one of like my kind of local spots. It's about half-hour away, and it's been under construction for a while, so it's been empty for a long time, and it's like kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it's nice. There's houses around,
right?
But they'll start filling it up with people soon, unfortunately. So I don't know how much longer it's going to be flyable.
Well, fly the shit out of it until you can.
While you can, right?
We've had a couple of those. I usually find a lot of brandos.
Save it for me.
A lot of like big factories that are being built in the
Rise
last 2 years. So we'll get into like a brando.
I could hear in her breathing what she needed.
Until you can't, but
yeah.
We got Bannister Post coming in. Juicy Flick through a gap. I don't know if
coming with me.
Going up into that FPTV,
and I want you
contest or not. But let's see some Juicy Flicking.
And I want you coming.
This is his entry as well. He's entered this.
I want you
yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah. He's trying to give you a run for your money.
It's good, right? I know.
I mean, it comes down. Nice. Andy's got the arm to the ground. That's so great. Very nice. Yep. Bannister Post. Hell yes. All
nice meeting him as well. Bannister Post. What a nice guy.
Oh, dude, you're not kidding. Super smart too. He was working on oh shit, I can't even remember what show, but he was working on some zombie show before he left. That's really cool. Yeah, Bannister Post is a great guy. And he came in from Canada, so he had he had a spot too. Get you some, Jay. What's this? Get a little bit of Mad Lou. So let's see. You guys came from London, which was, you said it was supposed to be a 9-hour trip, but because of the delay with the 10. Trying to remember how long everybody else. I think everybody else was right in that like 7 to 8 to 9 hour range along with you. You guys, that's some real dedication. That's amazing. That's awesome. Incredible. I mean,
it's kind of amazing why it's quicker to fly east as well, right? So if you're flying east, it's a quicker flight than when you're flying west. Whether it's a bit, yeah. Why? Why does it take 9 hours to get there, but 8 hours to get back? Weird.
I didn't think about that when you first told me. I was just like, oh yeah, it's.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know the answer,
okay.
but it's the thing. Yeah, it seems to be quicker to fly east than it is west. I don't know why that is, but maybe whether they take different routes or it's the wind. I have no idea.
Well, okay. So next up we got Mr. Spookoos, but I wanna. So since we're on the topic of travel and stuff, I asked you earlier when it was just kind of us, but like the jet lag has to be real. Like I said, I travel pretty much up and down. I've traveled a little bit more than that stuff, but you know, I've experienced jet lag from Missouri to Nevada when I went to Las Vegas, but it wasn't much more than a day worth of like lounging around the house, smoking a joint or two with my buddy, getting my head right, and then I'm back in action. You guys, I mean, just talking to you, you're on Wednesday. You're a complete day ahead of us via that timetable. So coming backwards, you're essentially time traveling backwards into the States. Like the jet lag here had to be insane.
It was nice landing there and getting extra, because I'm gaining 5 hours flying to the East Coast, so it's a 9-hour flight, but you're gaining 5 hours.
Right.
Yeah, so you get a bit of your time back, really. So when you land, it's like, oh, it's not as late as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Which gives you a bit of time, and that's not too bad. The hardest thing was my eating habits, like, because I usually eat regular like lunch and dinner times, and that was 5 hours out of sync. So I tried, like, I was hungry, but you'd start to eat and your body would be like, no, why are you eating? It's the wrong time to eat.
Right.
That was quite weird. Yeah.
And then,
but
you were even talking about coming back home was almost even worse, right?
Definitely. Yeah, it was much harder. Yeah, because when I came back, it was kind of, we landed after a day of like traveling effectively through the night, and I didn't sleep on the plane. We landed here and got off the plane at like 7 a.m, and then we went the whole next day with maybe just a snooze or a nap.
Right.
And that took weeks to get back to normal. That took a long time. It took until the end of last week to kind of feel like, I think the first week I didn't even want to be back the first week. So
that's so nuts. Well, I can only imagine, especially after all that. That's got to be an exhausting trip. Physically as well as emotionally and everything else. So understandable, but that's just so crazy that jump does that much to you kind of thing. Keeping moving, I got Raph ripping hell with that Hellfire possession, but yeah, I'm just glad you're back, and apparently I'm glad that I waited to have you on stream, because I knew right from meeting you, I wanted you on stream. Like, you're just an interesting guy. And,
oh, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I can't wait to have you for a V2. And we're going to keep watching all these videos here. Be like, oh, Apone's sick. Apone's killer. We're going to see you in 6 months on Apone V2. And we're going to just have our jaw on the floor. Like, I know how it goes.
Excellent. Definitely, that's a plan. But I love doing this. Yeah, it's a shame, again, back to the time zones, that it's so far out, right? Doing this. Yeah, that's the only downside to doing it with different time zones. For us, it's like the middle of the night. But once you're up and you're chatting, it's not that bad. It's just the thought of being in the middle of the night.
I might have asked you this while we were down in Florida. But remind me if I didn't. Was Maria in the Discord when you made the decision to come to the United States?
It was kind of her idea.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of her idea. So we were chatting, and it was talking about the rippies, and it was like, oh, I'd love to come out, but she kind of I don't mean this in the wrong way. She controls the money, but I'm not too good with money, and she's really good with money.
Taylor
so
does the same thing. She tells me what bills to pay, and I'm like, okay, here's that. I feel this.
Yeah, it kind of works, so we just do it that way. And so I wouldn't have said, oh, let's, spend. It wasn't really expensive, but it was thousands that we were spending.
On a group of people that you've never physically met, that you just talked to, and you said was for only, mainly a couple of months. Just like,
she was like, I wanted to come out because I was talking about the rippies and I'd love to come out, and and she just said, just do it. Why don't we look at it and just do it? And we did.
That's awesome. It's amazing for her. So what I'm saying is just amazing. Yeah, it's amazing that you came down and you got to spend time that being selfish, you said, for sure. I loved it, but for her to just be like, you know what, if you want to go out, and meet these people and accept an award and do all this stuff, you know what? Go for it. Let's do it. I'll do it with you. That right there is just like, I want mine to do something like that for me one day. I think that's amazing, incredible, and I would like to do something like that for her one day, kind of thing. But that's like, wow, that within itself is amazing. Good, great video there, Rolf. That definitely took us into the hellfire. We're gonna get a little swifty with Swift Duck. We got Cloudy Days coming at you. Let's see what kind of madness Swift Duck's got for us today. You can catch Swift along with Chad and the rest of the gang there with the Goon Squad. They got that B2P every Wednesday night. Go check them out. That starts up at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I believe, one of those. It's on an Eastern timetable, so it's a little bit different, but go check it out. B2P Goon Squad every Wednesday night. You'll see me on the website. How did she get into FPV? Like, did you just come to her and go, hey, check this thing out right now? This is going to be my life now? Like,
I think I had a couple of injuries, and that I kept pushing, and it got harder, I think, to just write to this is right time. So I think subconsciously I was looking for something else. And then when I found it, it was never an intention to stop writing. But it just there simply isn't the time for it. All I'm doing in my spare time is FPV related pretty much most of the time. I'm pretty busy with work outside of that. And with her, I think at first she was just kind of, it's this thing that he's doing. How long? It's
just a new thing. Yeah.
How long will this last?
Right.
Yeah, and then I think she see that because it's interesting. She doesn't like. She's not into the. What's funny is she started to learn herself.
Right.
And when I showed her videos of me learning to power loop and stuff like that, she wasn't really. She was like, okay, great. She was like what you usually get. But then now she's learning in the sim to do like power loops and back flips, and she's starting to fly whoops around the house. I'm gonna take her out. Hopefully this weekend or next weekend if the weather's good. If I can find it, she's pretty much ready for it.
Good luck, good vibes sending her way. That's gonna be awesome.
I know, it's gonna be sweet.
That's really cool that you guys can share this together. Kind of like how Raz and Nightmare have their thing together, where she is super supportive and she's right there with him, moving around their bandos. but she's doing it herself. She's got her long thing, her third person thing going on, where Brad's over here flying, and they get to experience different way, I just love that. So I like the dynamic that she's kind of slowly getting herself into it, and then you guys are going to be able to like have that teaching, and
I was quite surprised.
The whole thing, that's cool.
Yeah, I was quite surprised how A, that she wanted to, and B, that she picked it up as quickly as she did. It was quite surprising.
Well, I just broke out the Xbox probably about 2 months ago, so my kid could play some like little Paw Patrol game that I found and stuff. And so she got onto it and she started playing video games, and now she's playing on it like almost every night. I'm pretty sure I could probably swing her into it. Maybe if I could teach her out, I might take a page from the Apone book. But let's go back to that 5-story glory.
Oh, this place
is this place is
This
killer.
place is great.
You guys, I didn't realize.
We found this place like on the first day.
You guys did. The first day, we should have gone back to this one. I mean, we had an experience. That day, that whole day was just an experience.
Yeah.
And then
really
ending up out there at the park, I still wouldn't take back anything of that day. Any of the frustrations or nothing. It was all part of it. But, this spot was right on the money. And then having the guy come back and say that we could basically live here, essentially, once we locked up and were respectful.
Yeah.
This is crazy, but yeah. So you guys, this is y'all's first day, first getting here. This is.
We'd been there a couple of days before, and the first day just driving down the road, we met Tickles, and we were driving down the road, and we'd seen this space, and it was the second place we went to. The first place we went to, we got kicked out after one pack, and then we kept driving. We was like, we've seen this other place, it looks abandoned, and we pulled over, and me, Marie, and Tickles walked down. We found this place. Right, are you kidding me? This is the stuff dreams are made of. It's like a simulator.
Yeah. Oh, the spot was. And that loop right there, just insane. Gangster, great guy.
Oh, shit.
Jiggles, there was Jay. There's Chubby, Tinker, me, there's Maddie, some Mike Drones, some Omni, or some Mosshead Slayer. Who was that one? I couldn't tell. But man, this trip was so magical. This spot, I didn't fly this spot.
We went and got something to eat. I think we'd all met the first time we all met up. We went and got something to eat, and then we flew with the car park outside.
Oh, nice.
And it was nice, chilled, relaxing. Like, it was. We didn't get any hassle here as well, and it was like as public as it could be in a car park, and no one said a word. Yep, no one said a thing. You try and go out the way to an abandoned place, and people come over to you immediately and say something.
Exactly. You try to stay out of people's way.
Yeah.
People come up to you and say no.
Yeah. You fly around a car park, people stop and watch, and they were just stopping and like we had a few that's people looking from their cars and stuff.
Oh, I bet it was cool. I bet you had a whole bunch of onlookers, people like slowing down, driving by slow and shit.
And it was RC cars there. Yeah, it was a nice nice. Everything in Florida looked so beautiful. It looked so pretty.
That's a good point. I kind of want to ask you. So. My perception of England, just period, UK, Britain, or whatever, it's just England in general is somewhat dismal weather on the most part, kind of wet, soggy, rainy. big of a culture shock is Florida weather to you? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Florida weather is Florida weather. Florida weather only. Florida is Florida, not the rest of the United States. The rest of the global places. But
right.
Yeah,
okay.
how big of a culture shock is that from London to Florida, as far as you know?
Yeah, so it's cold here this time of year, but in the southeast where I live, like I think in the summer last year we were probably hotter than Florida.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. It got into the 40s, 45 degrees for weeks. Yeah.
Really? See,
Yeah, it was.
how low I know.
Well, that's Celsius, so I'm
Right,
talking 100 and something. It was
Right.
well over 100. Yeah. But it's unusual. But we do get nice summers, and
So it's
but the
not
winters
just all
it can
rain
be. It's not that bad.
dewy.
No, but up north, Scotland and Wales, they get a lot more rain and it's a lot more overcast than it is here. But it's still. Florida was lovely, but then I've lived in Tenerife, so I've lived in tropical places before, so I was kind of. Yeah, I was kind of used to the creepy crawlies and stuff that you get in hot places.
If you got a dream, then you need persistence and lots of belief. Yeah. A good way for me to
Don't take
to
that
unload a good
negative
bit of
energy.
it.
I replace that.
Yeah.
I just wanna be
In
me.
one
I'll
edit,
fake that.
so,
I just wanna be free. I chase
Go
that.
cut some things up.
I got a new obsession. It's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't want to do the same thing. I want to be progressive, boy. So I'ma make a new me, a new beast, a true fiend. He's everything that he wants to be. Look in the mirror, what he wants to see. It's a dude looking back at me. I stay on track, track things. I'm setting goals, life hacking.
Yeah,
I see myself being
I
happy. A better me with a strategy.
I've moved about for work a bit when I was younger. I did that. I did a bit in Europe, but then I moved out to Tenerife because my mum had moved out there. She was out there for a really long time, and I moved out there for a bit because she was out there and stayed for a while, and then came back. I moved up north, and I didn't really. Like this country's quite strange. If you drive a couple of hours north, it's a lot colder. It gets like 2 to 4 degrees colder straight away. Yeah, just a couple of hours north. It's quite weird. And London is probably where you get the hottest temperatures because it's like a big city as well, and it's in the hottest part of the country. Yeah, so it gets probably the hottest temperatures here as well.
I'm basing
got
all
dreams,
the
got things
things
that I
that
wanna do. I got plans, got
via
schemes that I follow through. I make
England,
all my games from what I produce. I don't lose, I learn,
TV
don't get confused. East in the dark,
Yeah.
so work fucking hard. So many
I
nights
had
sitting
no
in the graveyard because they
idea.
lost to the
Yeah,
crime,
yeah.
and that's fine as a start.
It's kind, you do get a lot of damp because it's kind of our climate. We've got a lot of green, right? I guess. So there's a lot of green. So you're gonna have to get a lot of sun and rain to have like a lot of green woods and a lot of green fields. So we do get a lot of rain and sun. But in the summers it can be quite nice. Yeah, it can be. But like last year was too hot. When it's in that over 100 degrees, like it's just too hot to be in the sun. And we're not set out for that sort of temperatures. Nobody here has air conditioning like in their houses. You have it in the car, but nobody has it in their houses.
Really?
Yeah, so you just hook in, all
What?
night.
That's
That's
normal?
weird. That's normal. I know. That's so different.
Is that like an England thing?
Yeah, I think.
Really?
Yeah, you get it, if you went to South Europe, like if you went to Spain, Italy, places like that, they would probably have air conditioning. But we don't here. I guess because we've never had summer. The summers have been good, but they've never been too hot for too long.
Right.
So the houses
There's
are
not
built
really
different.
need-
There's no need for it, yeah. But then the last 5 years plus, it seems to have got hotter for longer, like almost, steadily. Until last year, we had like a crazy hot summer that was just like, I liked it, but it was too much for a lot of people.
So, okay, so now you got me really curious just about this no air conditioning having. And
Weird.
Okay, so no air conditioners in the house at all. Not a window unit, nothing on the wall, no closet downstairs with. Okay, so just fans all over the house, open windows and.
Yeah, when it's hot, that's basically what you do. You just have fans and open windows, and that doesn't really do much. You know, when it's that sort of temperature, there's nothing you can do. It's just uncomfortable.
What about a portable unit?
Yeah, people, as you can imagine, people were selling a lot of those and buying a lot of them, so the prices went up. I think it's going to get bigger in this country if we keep having summers like that. People will want it. Yeah, but I think the houses were always built for like tougher winters.
Sure.
And now we don't really get snow here so much. We had some this year, but it lasts like a week and it never gets any thicker than like that. You know, you might get that and then that's it. And in London, like it won't even settle. If you go into the city, it won't. It will snow, but it won't settle on the ground because of all of the heat.
That's crazy to me to think that
you see like pictures of the Thames all frozen over and snow on everything, and it's really very, very rare that happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, the more you know.
Yeah, I've learned a lot as well with all of the guys that I know, especially up on the East Coast now.
Right.
Like how cold it can be up there on the Northeast Coast, and for how long, or up by like Wisconsin and places like that, how cold it can get.
Well, still, like, okay, so like up here here in the States, like you got like 608 and stuff up there in Wisconsin. And, I'm talking to him all the time, and I'm like, hey, you been out flying? He's like, no, it's still winter here. And I'm like, oh, it's still cold and things. But, okay, so he's in the chat. 608, do you have air conditioning in your house? I've got friends in Alaska. I would imagine they probably got air conditioning. What about Bannister? Bannister. You're in Canada. Do Canadians have air conditioning in their house? I didn't know this was a thing.
There you go.
Okay, so 608 has air conditioning. He says, of course, because we're Americans and we all feel entitled that we should have everything. So of course he has it. Okay, I feel that. Bannister, do you guys have air conditioning in your house? Like, is that normal? That's so crazy to me to think that that you just wouldn't just because it's cold. Like, it makes sense. I get it. Absolutely. But Johnny Blaze has AC. He's on fire, man.
Yeah, he needs it.
That's so crazy. Okay, so while I sit there and wait for his response, we'll go give Spagoose some love. I don't think I gave him too much love on his last video, and I apologize, but we got a double shot of Spagoose tonight. Let's go. This is Why I Fly. He's got a little Cinnabop morning fly.
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts.
Really pretty to start off with a nice misty
So
morning.
he loses touch with reality.
The houses here are built differently to the houses in the States as well. They're very different types of construction, generally.
Chatter in the skull.
From what I can tell.
Perpetual
compulsive
repetition of words.
608 basically said the exact same things. He's like, the whole time I'm living in Germany, never had AC. Needed it or wanted it because the houses are built right.
Like everything else, it's useful in moderation.
Well, most of these are brick-built construction. Most of the houses here, they'll be brick-built, like insulated, so 2 layers with insulation in the middle. Which is, and I noticed a lot of the stuff, maybe more so in Florida, there's a lot of timber structure, especially.
Well, everything's so expensive. Here in America, it's all about how much money you can get
the real world.
How much toothpaste can you squeeze out of that, little money. So it's absolutely nothing for them to cost. So that's why we get all our imports from everywhere. So little.
This is the beginning of meditation.
Yeah.
I just never thought of it that way, but it totally makes sense.
They're different. It is done differently. That was interesting to see as well. Just the differences in how you build stuff, how the the buildings are big, beautiful.
Most of us
Like, especially we went to the
rather
courthouse
money
in
than
Florida.
tangible
It was
wealth.
stunning.
Sure.
And a great occasion is somehow spoiled for
I
us
do
unless
sometimes
photographed.
think that a lot of our cities
And to
are
read
doing
about it
more
the next
for a
day in
pissing
the
match
newspaper
instead of like
is oddly
anything of value,
more
but
fun
you know,
for
it
us
is
than
pretty
the
to look
original
at.
event.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This is a disaster.
That's pretty cool. That
For as a result
you
of
guys
confusing the real
came
world
to
of
the
nature
States.
with mere
We've
science,
been together. Okay, so
we are
for the
destroying
people
nature.
who don't know all
We're
the
so
backstory,
tied up in our
I'm talking
minds
about
that we've lost our
talking about
senses.
you and Marie, and the relationship you guys
Time to
have,
wake up.
and how awesome, blah blah blah. How long have you guys
What
been
is
together
reality?
in general?
Obviously, no
So
one can
since
say because it
2000,
isn't words.
so 23 years.
How old
It
were
isn't
you?
material. That's just an
Don't
idea.
give me the exact. Give me the.
So yeah,
30.
she's teens and I'm early
Reality
20s.
is
That is incredible. That is incredible within itself.
And it was like that's a long time. It's a lot longer than my parents were together. So yeah, it's nice that it's still like we still get along. We don't really. I think you go through the patch where you might have a few arguments and stuff and come up and down.
As long as you can come out on the other side together, you know, that's the key, bro. Like, wow, that's so cool.
We know each other very well at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did I ask you in Florida how you guys met?
So my dad used to live next door to her mum and dad, and for a while I moved back in with my dad I was there for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks while I was moving between places. And I was fixing a car outside, and she was just hanging about. She said, "Do you want a cup of tea?" And then she'd come out and say, "Do you want another cup of tea?" And started asking questions, and then started hanging around. And she was a bit younger than me, so I was, I was like, "Oh, okay, right," and not too forward with it. Which I'm not like, I wasn't sure, and I'm not like that anyway, So I kind of like took it easy, and we did, and we just spent more time with each other, and then it just kind of went from there, and it's still going. All this time, she's spent more time with me than she has with her parents. Poor thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy,
That's
right?
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll end the stream tonight because it's already 48, and she's kind of getting angry that I'm going overboard tonight. But we'll end with Razman Girl for the stream, and then I'll do an impromptu stream sometime this week and finish up with the rest on the Get On streams, so everybody can get some love. So everybody can get some love and get the mentions and views and things that they deserve. But no, that is absolutely incredible. Okay, so you guys just y'all go out on date? Like, did your dad drop you off on dates with her, or like so early on?
Because I was already I'd already lived in a different country at that point and come back, and I'd done all this by my early 20s, so I'd done a lot of stuff by the time I was like 21. So I was a bit more worldly, and I don't know. That she was like, "Oh wow, who's this guy?" I don't know. She must have seen something. I don't know what it was, but she did. Thank God, and it worked out. Yeah, and like I said, she was younger than me, so it was kind of like I was like, right, I'm just gonna see where this goes, and take it real easy. And I kind of stayed away, not stayed away, but stayed back for a bit. It was just like hung around as friends for a while, just to. But then it just.
And it's just been you two ever since.
Yeah, it slowly developed rather than like going on dates anywhere. It's like we spent more time with each other with a group of friends.
You were best friends before.
Yep. Kind of went there. Yep. We spent a lot of time. Yeah. And then we just have, and I've been kind of like inseparable now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, kind of inseparable.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
hell yeah, girl.
That is the most incredible.
Big T-Rick
I
up
probably
in this
did
bitch, feeling
actually
good.
live in Florida, and that's probably why I'm just like so into it. But like, that's incredible, man. And very few of us are ever that lucky to find somebody, you know, that in tune to us.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
yeah.
Let alone start that early and things like. Look at the. She's gonna kill me, but look at the gray. That wasn't gray when you guys started. That was, you know. I'm assuming brunette.
Yeah, she would have been. Yeah, she's been a few colours, but yeah, that's natural.
And there was, I'm assuming there was probably hair on that one spot right there.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, there's a lot more hair there. Yeah, there's a lot of hair everywhere.
That's so crazy, and you guys did it all together. That's...
When we look back at pictures of when we first met, we do look so young.
Yeah,
like this is all grey now, and I'm missing hair. And we were just kids back then. So it's a long time
dude,
ago.
I fucking love you guys. Nightmare, you did an absolute amazing job on capturing the vibe, the experience of being here and everything else. I love watching her videos. That's so cool, man. I love that. I love you guys. I want that. It's so hard. You guys have, like, legitimately have that fairy tale story, man. Like,
it feels like it.
It's absolutely incredible. And then you guys have how many children? 3?
3.
And all various ages, right?
Yeah, 13. Well, nearly 13, 11, and 6 going on 7. Yeah. Yeah, they're hard work, but it's lovely.
Mix of boys and girls, right?
Yep, 2 boys, 1 girl. Yeah, the youngest is the girl, which is lovely. It's different to have the girl. They seem very different to the boys.
Did it kind of calm you down or anything when you had the girl?
No, I think it went the other way. If anything, yeah, because
I was really hoping you were like, yeah.
No.
Nice.
So the youngest boy kind of got his nose put out of joint a bit because he wasn't the youngest anymore. So I think he was kind of like, oh, I'm not the youngest anymore. Now I'm just the middle child.
Right.
And unfortunately they're at an age where there's only like a year and a bit between them, and they share a room that they fight a lot at the moment. So you're more of a referee a lot of the time for the parent. Yeah, but they're just at that. They're boys at that age. They're getting into teenage years, and they're very close. So it's gonna happen. I used to fight with my brother all the time.
Oh, absolutely. My brother and I have sent each other to the hospital more than once, so I feel that. But yeah, best friends now, and that's exactly how they're gonna be. You know,
exactly.
That's exactly how they're gonna be. That's awesome. So with that being said, with the little ones, any interest in the RC world with Dad?
The oldest one has flown sim, and he's flown a 5-inch as well, and he can do it, but he's not like he's really keen on it. He'll just go, maybe I'll fly next week. He doesn't really want to do it.
It's not really his thing.
He can do it, he's just not really into it. And sometimes he says, can I sim for a bit? And he'll do some simming. But maybe when he gets a bit older, he'll be more into it when he finds, he's at like high school, what you have high school now. So, he's got a lot going on. Yeah, maybe he'll get into it when he gets older.
So with that, and I hope he does. I hope he finds himself, and with a rad dad like you, he'll do something for sure, whatever it is. But all right, I got one more, just I guess uneducated American question. We have high school. What do you guys have?
Senior school.
Senior school. We have college.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll have college.
Okay,
and
so
then
you have college.
and university. Yeah.
We go, or the college is a university, so I guess it kind of goes hand in hand for us. Okay, cool. All said and done. Thank you so much for answering all my dumb questions.
No worries, man.
I had a blast. I'm sure I'm gonna have a whole bunch more for V2, later on down the road. But all in all, dude, you were great. Thank you so much for hanging out and being here. Waking up as early as you did. I hope there's still some time left to crack a nap before you have to get up and do,
just about
anything. Yeah, good, man.
Just
well,
about.
shit, we had a blast. I can't wait to do it again. I'll do an impromptu stream sometime this week to finish up those Get on Stream Tuesdays, for sure. But man, thank you so much. Your story is incredible. It's beautiful. I really hope that everybody gets something from your story. For me,
thanks.
I always think, everybody has a story, and it's up to us to take whatever it is from that story and apply it to our own. And like I said, yours, just hearing your story, I would want to see it in a fucking movie, or I could see it on, reading it in like a book or something. Like,
I like the sound.
Your shit's deep, and I don't know how to put that without being super girly about it, but yeah, y'all are something else.
Oh man, I really appreciate it,
for sure. So give Miss Marie my love, and say thank you from all of us here at the Quad Corner for coming in. I rambled all night. Thank you for everybody who's come out to support the Quad Corner, as well as our main man, Mr. Apone. I'll have to go back into the studio and see the numbers, but we were rocking tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll get back in touch with you and let you know how we did. But other than that, dude, you're welcome to come back any point in time. I'll holler at you soon and get some more. But keep pumping out these videos, keep vlogging. I want to see you at the next Rippies. If you could swing it back into the States again.
Yep.
I want to be there. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be back.
Absolutely, bro. Well, everybody, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I'll do another impromptu, but we got to get out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
And